Hey everyone, my name is Sammy. My channel is about human design, and today I'm going to be talking about gate 46. This is going to be a pretty personal one to me. I have this in my chart, and so I'm going to use my own example of struggles with my body to really hone in how beautiful and how absolutely in depth this gate really can go, like all gates. And I feel like the more that we can share our stories with how they've worked through in our lives, whether it's struggle and pain, or whether it's a happiness, or whether it's working towards that beauty, I think the more we share, the more human design does exactly what it's here to do, which is to bring more light and love in the world. So with that said, there are a lot of different names for this gate, I feel like. It is determination of self, gate 46, but people often say the love of the body. I really like the I Ching version of pushing upward. And until you really fully watch this video, I don't think you're gonna understand like the full meaning of pushing upward. Because when I first saw that, I was like, okay, like what? Because I just saw like the 46 from the G center going down, and so I was like, isn't it pushing downwards? But anyways, be serious, Sammy. I just wrote a few things down because this was very personal for me. So if I'm looking down for a second, it's just so I want to remind myself how I want to tell this. So let's start with the fact that this is in the G center, which is the place for, love and direction, and I have mine defined. So essentially, if you're going to look at it from what a small little bit about 46 would say, it would be the love of the body. You must take care of the body. The body is your temple. And then because of that, then there's this sense of serendipity that people can see from hard work and determination that's there, but other people might not perceive it that way. And there's magic in this ability to love your body and treat your body as a temple. And because of that, you just can be at the right place at the right time, and just life kind of just happens the way it's supposed to happen for you. It sounds simple, but there are a few, not issues, but things that I've read or listened to about gate 46 that is the reason why I want to tell my story about it, because specifically, and it doesn't matter who wrote it or whatever, but is that this idea that in the lowest form of gate 46, in the not self version, you have this need to be in perfect form. Like your body has to be perfect. And I just stopped for a second when I read that, and like, it wasn't the first time I had known that was probably that might have been, something that was there for me when I was younger, because I struggled with anorexia. But I don't like the idea that we tell someone that if they're out of alignment, that they start to have a tendency to want to have a perfect form or a perfect body, especially we're not right now, especially the way that eating disorders have risen and the statistics have gotten a lot higher, and people don't recognize that little things like that can impact someone. And so I sat back for a second, and I knew that that was not the idea. And if anything, it is just, for me, it's a warning of like, if I'm all of a sudden not eating as much, then what's going on there, So for me, it seems like an easy reminder to love my body. However, when you've had an eating disorder, it's not as simple as that. So I was clearly in my not self, and this 46 was telling me I needed to have this perfected form of a body. But what it was really saying is, I want to avoid myself. I want to be numb. That's that not self theme. And how recognizing that in my chart is both beautiful and a reminder each and every day to keep fighting for the true value of who I am inside and not on the outside. Because there is a difference here. Yes, this gate is all about the love of the body, loving your human form. but it's about loving the human form that you were supposed to be in. Your form, the way that you are, no matter what shape, size, or whatever it is, was meant for you. And sometimes I feel like people miss that part. I did right at the beginning when I saw that gate. Then I realized where it was and that's too much. That's too complicated. We won't get into that right now, but there's so much depth behind it. And I think this was a lesson that was a theme in my life of me to learn to love and embrace every feeling my body had. Like, for example, when I had jobs I didn't like, I would have panic attacks twice a day, if not 3 times. I'm not even kidding. Like, horrific panic attacks. Immediately I would quit the job, I wouldn't have them anymore. I mean, it would be going on for months. I wouldn't even be able to drive to work. I'd have to like call in or leave in the middle of my shift, and I was a server, so that never. And then being a 5'1", my reputation just plummeted. But what I was really struggling with was that something was wrong, and my body was telling me that something was wrong, and I was not listening. I was not happy. They treated their employees like dirt at both those jobs, and that is why I wasn't happy. But by ignoring it, because society says, well, you have to work, you have to do this, you have to make money, things aren't just gonna work out. That's not how life works, but it actually is for people who have this gate. This gate, actually, it works like that for all of us if we're in tune with our intuition in whatever way possible. But this gate has magic in it, man. Any time in my life that I have felt like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Or that conditioning by society, and I didn't give in, magic. Something happened. Something unfolded. Job happened right away. A friend came in my life when I really, really started to focus and realize like I needed that. You know, my mom, I mean, just anything. Like, I just always had faith that things would work out. And because of that, even my whole life, even when I had an eating disorder, I had faith. It sounds crazy, but I just had this tiny ounce of faith. That tiny ounce of faith is what has really gotten me through pretty much everything. I think that it's what I'm here to spread, is that feeling of just faith in something. And that faith starts with understanding that, yes, I have a lot of parts of me that are mystical and that have that higher self and that need to do those meditations and that psychic aspect of me. But all of it is rooted in my body. All of that doesn't happen unless I stay grounded. Being grounded is way more important to me. Being literally on the floor, in the green grass, hugging a tree with my bare feet, hoping there's not bugs, because I'm still a girl. Well, guys are scared of bugs too. Gender does not matter in this video. And just like those moments, that it's undeniable that feeling your body gets just from being out in nature. Your body will tell you what's not right, that you're not, this isn't right anymore. And that goes for relationships as well, because this is also a gate full of love.